dark black
background is
a little bit better.
yeah.
Don't have enough, very much enough light back there, really. See what's going on TV. It's pitch it up on that camera, putting it on TV, putting it on tape, the same thing.
Yeah. A lot of them, yeah, we'll put it on TV and record off that too, but I guess about the same difference.
So it's pretty.
Yeah.
You see a big peach on the tree. Maybe this be a bad leaf. Bigger than the thumb.
I think that does too.
How's work coming?
Pretty good. If I keep on, I got about 8 more years. Hopefully. So I'll retire.
Can you retire enough to live on?
Yeah, if I go along about 60, it'd be enough.
You're 52.
53. 53. Be 54 in November. Then I'll be moving out of Big D somewhere.
I got a guy that lives up behind that house working for me, and he has cut this branch. He's been started cutting on this branch. I'm gonna clear that branch off.
Yeah.
All the way back down there to where it goes into Leon's pasture. There's a little sawmill stuff out there, but got too much other stuff to do. But I suspect before this year's over or by next summer, try to get a hold of a bulldozer and push the stumps up, clean up that draw, and make a lake.
Little lake.
It'd be half a mile long. It'd be a little. Go all the way from down there back up yonder dinks. Now may raise that road. Water just, when it rains, you just can't get through there. Raise that road, and then when I do, I raise the level of my lake enough to push it back up in the woods, so Dink's house there. I thought a number of times, so it would be a nice place for you to retire, to go over and take a house.
Yeah. But I really haven't made up my mind yet for
You hadn't bought your place, you know.
no.
Well, it'd just be a nice weekend house, you know.
Yeah.
With a big lake like that, you can shoot deer off the front porch. Mom was ready when they got in the yard and everything.
No, I think you got deer back in there.
Oh yeah, he's a kid, used to be boyfriend of one of my girls, that right back down the woods there about, I doubt that it's 200 yards. Not over 200 yards. He's got a deer stand I'd had out there for a couple of years. And he just had a deer stand out there. He didn't salt it or feed it or anything. And he killed it out for the one year. He did the other one, but
Yeah.
I probably gonna go in it this summer and clean it up a little bit. There's a little place out there, a little flat, that it's real well sheltered. It's got a real thicket on the north side. It's real well sheltered. And you know, disc it up, put me some ryegrass in there, put me on some salt,
Yeah.
maybe get around one of these days, putting out a pear tree or something up there, so they'll come to it, just have me, just have me kind of pinned up whenever I want.
Yeah. I quit hunting a long time ago. Just about nobody would eat the meat, so.
Oh man, that's the main thing. I don't like to hunt that much, but we like the meat.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Well, I might
Fish,
come down
too.
and give you one.
When time comes, come on. The old Ray Tucker brought us about 4-pound bass. He didn't like the bass because they eat up his catfish. He's cleaned out this lake down in the real nice one.
Yeah.
And he's got a flag net out down there. He catches those bass. Well, he brings them up here. He brought a 4-pounder the other day, and I guess that the previous, I didn't eat him, I wasn't here when they ate him, but the previous,
And is that no thing to catch them?
what, bass?
Yeah.
He's trying to net cat,
And he caught that.
got a bass. But he wants to get all of them out he can, but in case, he had brought some down here, a couple months or so ago. I don't know how long it was, but I just had to be right along about some of the best fish I ever ate, fresh and just put.
Well, I'd rather have bass than have catfish. In fact, I don't like catfish. It's mushy or something to me.
Yeah,
But I sure do like
I'm gonna
catfish.
try to get a hold of some. I bought a couple of wash pots. You see them laying out there? Probably didn't. I got a couple of wash pots. I'll try to get a hold of some catfish. Have a little something to eat this summer sometime.
Well, I'll bring some bass too when you get it late.
Well, I'm gonna have a fish fry and let you know in time enough, so if you got anything, bring it down.
I'm talking about some put in your lake
Well, I'm talking about,
when you get it built.
you got some?
No, I'll go catch some.
Oh, I was gonna say, we'll go catch some and bring them in here and we'll eat some.
Well, my freezer's getting kind of low right now. I do gotta go catch some of them. I was down San Antonio my last 4 days off, and that's when she had this stroke. And they had a hard time finding us really, because the only one we told where we was Mother. And I called her when we got down there and gave her the number and everything. The kids didn't think to call her. And but I was going to, we met Regine's uncle and aunt down there. And but if we hadn't went down there, I was going to go fishing that weekend. Catch some fish, fresh fish. There ain't nothing like fresh fish.
I'm gonna try to get off this summer or something. I know where boat and motor is out in Blue Rock. I think I'm gonna try to get a hold of this one and throw it back in the pickup. And you can get into Suffolk River real easy down here now.
Well, you can buy them all over Clarence.
Yeah, I know. But I haven't had any time, and 2 more weeks. And 2.5 weeks, week and a half. And I imagine I'm gonna kind of have, well, for the summer I'll have my time of my own, but I don't know beyond that. I'm gonna ease back off on some of the stuff I've been doing, but I'm gonna sit and at that thing for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
I got to be around the belt line.
Oh, you teach now or just programming?
No, I teach. And I don't know selling, but I install them, but I probably gonna ease back on teaching some.
Did you ever get that, what's that, cow horses thing going, auction?
Yeah, that's it. We got more units on, more auctions on than all in the United States, and all of our competition put together. It's going very, very well.
Yeah.
And I guess the biggest trouble I have backing off teaching is resigning completely. You know, taking off a year or so and deciding what I want to do is the fact that I guess it was 19. It would have been 19. You know, 42. Walked from Granny's over yonder to where the merchant's place is, missed a school bus the first day of school. Boy, it was cold that day, January the sometime the first week of January. And,
They didn't.
I've been in college, I've been in school with the exception of 1 year, one way or the other. I've been in school ever September since that time. That's a long time, that's 44 years.
It sure is.
I was just a college student though for 18 years.
Yeah. Down here.
But I'll tell you what,
Okay.
I turned out a small dude.
Yes, you did. I can tell.
I think Aunt Mabel was right. She used to tell me, "Jim, so-and-so back when we was a kid, he just studied all the time. He just went crazy. You're going to go crazy. You're going to lose your mind if you don't quit studying so much." She was right, too.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah. Hasn't been right since.
Nope. Mm-hmm. It's a terrible junk to be going on tape, isn't it?
Oh, it'd be better than something though. Yeah, I like to come back down here every once in a while.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Lots of memories.
I hope the Lord sure don't ever see fit for me to have to live anyplace else. Just gets a hold of it. The thing of it is it's home.
Yeah.
I never really had a home except down here, and then we moved down here. We got roots down, and this is home to my kids. Then I get to talking to Joyce about going over that thing, taking over in that where the old garden was, the old garden right across the road there, or somewhere around there.
He moved around, I think.
Well, I know, yeah, you got one down there, and,
Yeah.
but this one's still clear out there. It's, in fact, I cleared it up some more last year. But I have, thought, I've got ash and birch, oak, pine, white oak, red oak, and hickory around here. I can take that and sawmill I got, saw that stuff up, build me a frame house, regular frame house, a nice big frame house, and turn a cabinet maker in it for about, loose in it for about 3 or 4 months. It was young as hell. And line all the closets with cedar, and decorate the rooms with the native woods, make paneling out of it. And it would be a beautiful, beautiful home. It would not be very expensive.
No. It would. Well, I've been thinking about, whenever I moved, look at those log houses.
Well, it'd probably be another year before I get everything laid out, but I'll have this thing producing logs, because what I'm gonna do is see, I've got 50 acres of land back over yonder, and 49 acres back here, I'll go cut some off. Got this out here. But I'll probably have logs to do it with if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm getting there very slowly, I just,
Well, they gotta be grooved and cut.
yeah. But I'm gonna have a planer that'll hammer it off.
Cause I'm not the carpenter my daddy was. He's a pretty good carpenter.
Yeah, he's pretty good at anything he started out at.
Yeah.
He didn't know how when he started he would when he got through.
That's right.
He learned along the way. He was sharp. He was a sharp guy. Walked down that graveyard. It's full of so many people. I know virtually everybody is going to do graveyard.
Yeah.
Only very, very few graves in it, no. The first one buried there was Arthur May in 1969. For certain. He wasn't but 57 years old.
Well, yeah, heart attack,
he was a classic case of, early heart attack. Old Perry May he looked like he's dead. He's got the same characteristics of
Yeah.
crazy.
Saw Perry up there in DeKalb about 3 years ago. Before we'd been doing some genealogy work, going to graveyards up to Clarksville and that little town just over in Oklahoma from Harris.
Hugo.
Hugo, yeah. And we come back down here and stopped at DeKalb there getting some gas, and he come in there and got some gas too. And I knew him. I knew he was a mate, but I couldn't think of the first thing to say.
Listen, about 2 weeks ago, talking about genealogy, there was a woman called me up at the office and said she'd been doing her thing with tree inside her own. She wanted me to talk. So she came over, 31-year-old woman, very nice person. And her grandfather was Arthur Hamilton. You ought to remember Arthur better than I do.
Yeah.
Grandfather's brother.
Yeah.
His wife, who was her grandmother, her grandmother and grandfather divorced whenever this girl's mother was 5 years old in 1931. Well, MacArthur never did marry him, he drank it and all that. Yeah. But she and some more talking about getting a Howard reunion together. In other words, go back to Grandpa's father, or maybe one step beyond that. I think I can dig up some over in Florida. Well, not Florida, but Georgia.
Yeah.
That would not be interested in, but having that takes kind of far. So they were trying to get together for the last of May, but I got a note from her the other day that said that was just too short a time.
Well, never know when it is, but I'm trying to tell them.
I sure wish we could get together while Aunt Mabel feels like getting up and around.
Yeah.
She could tell, see, she of course remembers her grandfather very clearly.
Yeah. Well, like I say, let me know and, well, I'm pretty sure I can come and get off, take a day off and come.
Probably be on weekend.
Right.
You work a wild shift when you sort it?
Yeah.
Rotating?
Yeah.
You don't even know when you're going to be at lunch?
Nah.
Was it rotating a week or month?
Per week.
Well, if I can keep your metabolism upset.
It does most of the time. But you have to get used to it.
Where's y'all's kids and what they doing?
Yeah. Two girls and Ricky there in Dallas. And it's just working. Not doing much. And Johnny. Gary's down in Houston. Still working down there. They've been down there, what, 10 years now? 11?
He's the oldest, isn't he?
Huh?
He's the oldest, isn't he?
Gary.
Well, our oldest one got married June. Married a guy whose father is pastor of a church 3 miles south of the Canadian border in upper state New York.
How'd she like it up there?
Well, she lives in Longview. He came down here to go to school and they met and married. I think he's going to work for E-Systems in Greenville. I hope he is.
Oh.
But his parents are very nice people.
Yeah.
They came down for the wedding and we got it.
Has she been up there?
Oh, yeah, she went up
So
there before we
that's
got
probably
married. Yeah. And then they've been back, I don't know, once or twice since we got married. That's good. This must have been once. But, of course, they Yankees up there, and she didn't have to take some of it.
Yeah.
But she liked it all right. They're very fair. His parents were very nice people. Cheryl worked for me in the computer business. Frida took her, got her bachelor's degree in math and science, and she'd been teaching math and biology down at Jamesburg. She's been substituting most of the semester down there.
Yeah.
She'll be down there teaching full-time in the fall. Got it back down there.
Good.
Misty's bigger than her mama and two of her sisters. She's 14.
Yeah.
She's
You mean up?
big, yeah, she's grown up now. She's published twice this year. She's writing quite a bit. A little unusual for a 14-year-old.
Yeah, it is. Something else. How right she doing?
Well, she's written some fiction. She wrote a historical article on Dollar Springs. And she's written some fiction, some just articles on stuff. She's been getting some rejection slips now. She's got somebody who helping her, kind of coaching her on how to write. She never has met her, but she sends her stuff down to one of the English teachers down in college, and she'll edit it and send it back.
Who was coaching her?
First one, she won a writing contest at the Southern Baptist Convention. I don't know if the article has been published yet or not, but it's been accepted for publication in Event magazine. It's a religious publication. And the other one on Dollar Springs.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen those kids.
You know, Clarence? Dang, I can't think her name. More to say about that.
No, Wanda and Violet is about the only ones I remember.
That's Julie and Freddie.
Julia.
Yeah.
Julia is, yeah. They're the one that came up, got the little girl. Well, born up there. And I took him out to the Dallas Fort Worth Airport. He sat and watched those big planes and just tickle him. You ain't even better watch getting down like that.
Boy. I climb. I mean, how many times a day I climb 72 steps up. Everybody's up there right there, their legs. Right there, right there. Hurts.
School's out, it disappears.
Strangest thing happened to me this day.
Well, that's the only cause of overweight.
The only reason I ain't worse overweight too is climbing them steps.
How much you weigh, Ken? About 220?
Well, they say that climbing stairs over just gives exercise you can get is going out
Look here.
walking.
We've got fats on my leg, just like Daddy's. None.
Well, that's where mine is too, mostly.
I was going along west of Sulphur Springs, about 5 miles, and I saw this Oldsmobile pulled over to the right, and this guy walked in front of it, and his wife sitting in the car. But I said, well, that old boy needs help. And I cased him over pretty good, pulled over there. And I introduced myself to him, he'd run out of gas. He was on his way to church. His name was Garland Allen. So I told him I was going to DeKalb to a funeral. He said, well, whose funeral is it? I said, Owen Ball. He said, Owen Ball? He said, well, D.T. Ball will be there. He said, be sure and tell him I said hi to him. He used to be the Baptist preacher up here at the Austin Chapel Church several years ago.
Yeah.
We went to church down there at Sulphur Springs.
How's Marie? She got back.
And she got back Friday night. She's dragging a little bit. That
Where'd she go?
saline solution they put in her coagulant or whatever it is, they took the white corpuscle out of her, get it to her first cousin, and put the red. Took some platelets. She'd been out in Houston about a week getting white car closest to her first cousin about to die. He said had leukemia and had chemotherapy and taken some infections. And her sister's going down tonight. He's not in very good shape. She gained 10 pounds of water down there. Come back, her face was puffy.
Good morning.
Yeah. They put some kind of salt or saline or something in that centrifugal machine that puts blood. They take it out in this arm, put it back in this arm. And you gotta give it to him right away, you know.
They matched up then, with her cousin.
Yeah, it has to be something else
Yeah.
for the chromosomes. Gene or something.
You never did get to go to Colorado, huh?
No, it sure did aggravate me. There wasn't no snow up there. It had all melted. Well, me and Tony was going somewhere. We decided we'd go to Lake Tahoe. We flew out to Lake Tahoe on Monday. Just had a ball out there. And snowmobiling out there is $75 for 3 hours. But there wasn't no snow there. And it come a blizzard. The second day was there. And when we flew back, supposed to fly back to Denver on Friday night from Reno, got down there and waited and just happened to go up to their plane there, Frontier Airlines. They canceled that flight. Denver's shut down with snow. And we was going 9 miles from Denver to snowmobile.
Yeah.
And it was still snowing there. So we had to catch, we spent all night getting another flight into Sacramento and back down. Got home about 7:30 Friday morning.
Well, I did something yesterday that you'd like just as much fun as snowmobile.
Fishing.
No. It's three-wheeling, getting out in the mud and going through all the bottoms and
Yeah, I love that.
and the water about that deep.
I
The
love that.
boys down there took me yesterday and bought a three-wheeler. So we went down there at the bottoms up there in Texas County. And they had some little trails that they had ruts in them and about halfway they knee deep in water. And it just rained and pretty muddy all over. I come in, I was muddy from head to toe.
Charles, scoot that troll right a little bit closer to that and see if I can over to that one.
I'm trying to get the old time. You're an old time.
Ah,
Boy, it sure is coming close, ain't it? Of Owen.
so y'all just
Didn't
left,
get it till this week. Huh?
y'all just left over there?
Yeah, we just left and went, come right behind you over there at the store.
Well, I stopped on the store on the way over there. Then I went by Pickens. We was eating dinner. Just to go somewhere. He had a horse tied up there, saddle. He had saddle blankets wrapped around his neck, wired on there. Office looking horse you ever saw. Went on down to his house and said, "What you got that saddle blanket around the horse's neck for?" He said, "Oh," said, "all this fat's going up to his neck," and he had a heating pad under there.
Pete and Dad. What was the real reason?
I don't know.
You never did tell you?
He may have been, he may have had a, trying to make it lead or something, and he was, had it, so he could put a rope around it without hurting too bad.
It looked like his best.
He'd been buying these old crippled up horses and everything, so I saw him going up there about 6 o'clock yesterday. And I figured that, he got another one up there. He's got 35 or 40 paint horses now.
Did you sell any of them?
No, it's too cheap to sell. Just cheap enough to buy.
Oh, that dairy cattle,
Sure was a boon to the dairymen, wasn't it?
1.8 billion cattle.
No, 1.8 million. There's not a billion cattle in the whole world.
enough milk to produce about a quart of milk for 25 or 30, 35 million people a day. But what they're doing is they say, well, boys, if y'all want out of the dairy business, we're going to buy you out.
5 years.
One or two guys over here, the only one we got around here with us. All right, get them
Yeah.
You got your sawmill running in? Couldn't tell what it was.
Well, we've been cutting a little stuff. We haven't had the power system work up on it right. Couldn't figure how to govern that thing. You know, so it'd kick in. It's got plenty of power. I think. How much is a V8 360 got? 250 horsepower. Then they take it 40 to run it, so we got all the power we need. We got a transmission hooked up that runs in reverse. But these guys, a couple of guys, 3 guys, they couldn't figure out any way on earth to govern that thing so it'd kick in and hold your power up. And I just walked up to the parts store yesterday and asked him about it. He said, I said, let's look at this cruise control I've got. And you got a cruise control that you, on front wheel drive cars or rear one too, you hook onto the axle. Whenever the wheel makes a revolution, it's got a magnet that counts it. And then when it slows down, well, it kicks you, it pulls your carburetor and then foot feed up. And all I got to do is RPM and everything's right. You can put 1 or 2 magnets on it, you know, depending on what kind of accuracy you want. In any case, that thing all you got to do is just bolt that magnet onto the shaft, put that detector up there, and it slows down. He's gonna get it to it tomorrow. And then
Don't bolt it, they just stick it on it, don't they?
well, they put them on that with a clamp, one of these wire clamps. But this one, see, I got a place to bolt that magnet so it'll be permanent. Better way to put it on, really.
They charge you very much for that.
It's just $114.
You can buy it serious when it's on sale for about $7.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't say it.
They are in the Texas.
I know, yeah. But the thing is, I gotta be sure I got one that works right. In any case, I've got to hook up that blower, it picks up sawdust and kicks it out.
Yeah.
That's the only other thing I've got to hook up on the thing.
Tony put one on my car. Let's see, there's one and it works real good.
It's hooked up on the axle, I think.
Yeah. You got a chain up there for carburetor.
Looks like it get dirty on that drive shaft. That magnet put it on.
Well, I imagine it
Well, it don't seem to bother it though.
would. That magnet just passes close enough to make something count. It's just a counter.
I had one of those on all my company cars I've had down through the years. I bought them out of California, put it on the left front wheel, and when I survey a line, well, that thing was accurate down to the nth degree. When you survey a line, you know, you just push a button, it's down like 330 feet, and the stove stakes out the limit. Instead of transit would come back and save you hours of measuring, or if you're designing or engineering a line, you know, you get the distances between the power lines and all that, and just put a little button in there. You had an odometer. Yeah, did you hear about the cylinder or the hose, hydraulic hose blowing up on the tractor? And got messed down.
You have to refill the
Well,
hydraulic?
The old boy didn't refill it. I shut it down in time to keep it leaking too much out, but I've got that fluid there. If I can find out where it puts the doggone stuff in at, you know. I see the container,
I know, but it's,
reservoir.
I can't remember, Charles. I put it in the wrong place. There's a place right on the back, but that's the wrong place. I think it's over there close to where you check it, but I don't remember where you. But now, haven't you got that book on that thing?
I haven't seen no book. I'll try to get that book.
They should be a book. I'm pretty positive there's a book in that car pocket on that tractor.
That'd be-
I'll show you where.
I got one end that holds off. I said, well, I'll just take it off. I always took mine off and run it down to any shop, you know, hydraulic shop. You know, that hose put on. Oh, I used every tool I had, and I couldn't break that one off up there on the right, you know, right where the handle is. On the bucket. I
Was it
couldn't
on the
break-
bucket he broke?
Yeah.
Did he
There's 4 holes in it. There's 3 more that looked up pretty bad, but anyway.
Well, it's only hoses on it.
I couldn't get it off. I said, well, dang, I gotta have this thing fixed. That was about the middle evening Thursday. And I'd really been tearing stuff up down there. And I went right down the street to hanging hydraulics. I said, boy, they're gonna be high. So they just charged me a couple of hours and $26 a part, I think it was.
Come out there and took it off.
They came out, took it off, and took it down, fixed a new one, went back and put it on. Got it fixed.
How did they bleed in mine?
You don't have to bleed them. I just took the pressure off of the baby, opened it up. I had one end sticking up when they come down there. I couldn't get that other thing off. It had about a 45 degree on it, L, and it had one that turned down here. And I couldn't break that thing for nothing. Probably cost about half that much back to take it off. I got all that big hole that we did last year, the last we did last year, then I got it all full of shad. Got all them holes that wrapped up full. Got it all hauled off, and it got rolled yesterday before it started raining. Or let's see, Friday.
Well, have you got out of B and A and B yet?
No, we like C. We got out of A and B. Except
Well,
for
you need to check with Glenn because they have got an event coming up in a few days. And you gotta have all the equipment parked away from that. I don't want any of my equipment sitting around. They're gonna leave it out there on the parking lot. Have to have all the equipment out. Be best just to be completely gone from A, B,
you
and
think
C. And get that equipment back down in that equipment yard.
you think that'll be all right to leave that equipment over there north of the road at night overnight?
You can leave that roller over there if you'll pull the plug wire on it, coil wire.
Well,
Don't leave a truck or anything else, because
Sure,
there's an
exactly.
awful lot of strange traffic that floats around in that place in the in night.
well, we're gonna be ready next week to really probably get out all babies, see.
Well,
We still
find
got
out from
some-
Glenn what day it is, and don't let it slip up on you. He told me and I forgot. And then get that red, and when you get red over with, I'll be ready to come out there and we'll get on bus parking and we'll just put down the remainder of 300 tons or close
after
to
we
it.
get in.
And then
Probably not.
most of your time out there, then you'll be a little diggy out and piddling around. But when we get it up to shape, then it's just gonna be bird dogging it.
Well, I don't want to do
season.
much with bird dog after
I know, because I told him that we're doing it quite a bit different. What we normally do, that we're gonna get 90% of it down by really
June.
June, July. And he said, yeah, I said, I understand that. I said, well, now after that, I said, mostly what we're gonna do is just make sure that everybody can get over it during the games, make sure no damage occurs, so it'll just be mostly riding around drinking coffee.
Well, they come out there like, I mean, they're out there faithful to see if you're out there. Of course,
He'll get over that one of these
they don't
days.
have to worry about production with me around, but I don't think Ralph, I know Ralph.
Well, Ralph, he's not up to much. In any case, they don't really know what you're doing when you're out there, as long as you're out there. Running around on that tractor or something, they don't know what you're doing. But I see their point, but he doesn't understand how it has been. It's always been ready to go. In any case, I call him every week, and I'm up to date on everything, you know. But you're gonna finish up C and get over in the red.
Well,
I'll talk with him on Tuesday.
You know the west of the yellow fence on A, B, and C.
Mhm.
There's a few potholes out there that I've got tar down on
And
A,
all-
B, and C.
Yeah.
And we like C, which is about half as much as B, with a whole lot of stuff. We put a lot of stuff down on B.
We just don't overdo it completely now, because we gotta have some put in that bus parking.
Well, we're just getting it, Ken, and I've got that other stuff full of it. Should take about that much on her. Well, we put down about that thin, all except that one day when it was cold over.
Well,
You could just drop that stuff on the ground and walk around it, and you couldn't move it. It was great.
I'm gonna try to get a lay-down box built to go on the back of that.
Ken,
Dump
they got
truck.
some real nice ones that's made out of 2x12s with 2x12 over here on each side and one in the back. And then up here they got cut up like a slide. On the bottom they got narrow pieces of metal on the bottom for the slides. And on the back one, they've got I don't know what you call that channel iron where it goes like this, L-shaped channel on both sides of the board. And then on the wings of it, they've got holes drilled in it on both ends, so you can raise it up and down. And then right out here, about here, they've got little narrow pieces of metal about this high, about a 1/4 inch. It goes up to the axle of the truck and angles up and just latches onto the truck. And right back here on the back one, the back tube of the 12, they got a hook. And from that hook, they got a cable running up to the top of the bed. They got a starter up there that you just push the button on and raises it up and down. Then they got chains on the gauge to let so much stuff in. They just pick it up and it starts pouring down in there. It's the same width as that truck that really made a difference over there. Boy, you can really get stuff out of that truck.
How wide is that bed? 7 foot?
Probably, I should measure, I guess. That stuff just drops right down in there and that thing's real light. Oh, that's all there is to it. They had it, that channel iron on both sides of the last tube of 12.
Well, do you know where one is to buy? One's for sale?
No, but I asked them old boys up there, I see them every day.
All right, see if you can find one. I'd rather buy one than have to go build one. One thing about my VCR is this. See if you want to copy something off of the air, you got to use this. That's the only difference. This right here is a playback unit completely self-contained, but this does not have a timer on it. It's the only thing is missing. You can't set it and it'll come on and off at a certain time unless you want. You'd have to have a separate timer.
Yeah.
You can't go waiting and tape anything.
Hey, you up there the other day when I think when they said Friday that hail's pretty good up there in some places?
Oh man, probably not. Not been that.
What part of town was it, did they say?
Well, I don't know how scattered it was, but it sure did hail at my house.
It did.
Big old, it first came about a pea-sized hail. The tree was up, peeping out the window. And then about 30 minutes later, boy, it comes some, probably tennis, or I see golf ball size hail. But I don't know whether it's over at your house or not.
Well, I heard that someplace or somewhere that they had baseball size hail over on Oak Cliff.
But it's pretty bad. It was a tornado. Where it's out there's a plane crashed that hail broke his windshield out. Caused it to crash.
Big plane, little one.
Well, I just wondered if it had hail over in my part of town, because I ain't been there in a week.
I don't know.
We come down here last Monday.
Well, that night that all them storms was coming through, there was a jet crashed. I think it crashed on Red River Arsenal. Apparently, idea was, or I heard it mentioned someplace. I don't know if they've given the details on it, but it didn't even have a tail when it come down. And it hit the ground at 400 miles an hour. They told how many feet into the ground that the motor was buried up. I think 8 or 10 feet, something like that.
I haven't heard anything on that. Was it in the paper?
Kind of getting big dangerous to fly over Bowie County in an airplane.
It sure is.
Particularly if you've been freebasing coke or if you're in the middle of a tornado.
Yeah.
Me and Tony was walking through the motel there at Lake Tahoe. The lake, half the lake is in Nevada and the other half on the west side is in California. And it sort of turned a 45-degree turn and comes down through town. And there's a big old gambling joint, I believe it's Harrah's. The side of it is right along the state line, California state line. And there's no gambling over there.
Yeah.
But me and Tony was walking through that den down there the other night and headed to go eat. And there's no boy sitting on the floor, head all slumped over and had two paramedics had oxygen mask on him. And Tony walked up there and he was ahead of me and I saw him quicken his pace a little bit, you know. Walked up there and one of the little boys said, "Can I help you?" And Tony said, "Well, is he all right?" And he said, "Yeah, he's all right." Tony said, "Well, I'm a doctor." And they said, "Well, he's a doctor too. He's a psychiatrist. And he's been on a 45-day fast." And he was sitting.
A 45-day fast.
Yeah. And he had a big old belly on him, gray haired. He was trying to prove something. We just walked on. He was all slumped over there with a oxygen mask on. We drove up through the Sierra Nevadas one day, over on the west side, what's it called, the wilderness area. You been to Lake Town?
Long time ago.
You ever see that Vikings castle over on the west side of Emerald Cove?
No.
And they got a huge castle over there. We couldn't get down to it.
I was a kid when I was out there. I think when me and I lived out in California, we went up there and drove around and went through Yosemite Park. You ever been there? Oh, that's pretty. Or it used to be. I think it still is about the same. They try to keep it up. And I heard they was going to kind of cut down on the visitors that come through the park each year. Allow so many through there.
Why?
There was too many and they was tearing it up.
Well, San Francisco just over the hump.
Yeah.
Lake Tahoe. It's not
What?
hardly 100 miles, is it? 100 something miles.
Yeah, about 100 something, I think.
We drove back, we rented us a Lincoln Town car at Reno. That thing got 28 miles to get out here.
Diesel.
No,
Whoever.
they don't make town cars diesel.
Oh,
It's a regular car, but Tony bogged it around all the time. He probably got 30 if he hadn't been riding.
Yeah.
And
How much more time has Tony got in Dallas?
about 2.5 more years.
What is he going to apply for early retirement as soon as he gets out?
He's got about till July. He gets out of this 36-hour call every 3-day business and starts living like a human being. And he's thinking about going around Denver somewhere, maybe. He don't know yet.
Well, after this summer?
No, it'll be 2 more years. 2 more
After
years.
2 years.
But we drove that thing, 62 miles southwest from Reno to Lake Tahoe. We drove back through Carson, down to Reno. We had a couple of hours, so we decided we'd go downtown Reno and see that gun collection and Harold stuff. And I never seen such mess gambling in my whole life. They got it right on the streets.
So what do you
And don't
think?
ever close.
What do you think that place is for? They there to get your money, so they're gonna put it right out on the streets.
Well, Harold's is right there by it. It's 2 blocks long,
Yeah.
3 or 4 stories high. They even got those things in the airport.
Yeah. It was,
But they got a wall here, and right here is the street, the sidewalk, and right there, it's as far as you can see down that little gambling. While they're pulling
one-armed bandits, huh?
hand right and left.
You put a nickel in one?
I put a nickel in. We was going to eat one day, and I passed by one day, and I put a nickel in one. And you know what? That thing just turned right around and gave me a 5. No, it was a quarter. And I got $5 worth of quarters. The next day, I went by a dime. I put a dime in there, and I got 11 dimes back.
Yeah, they'll give you a little bit every once in a while.
I told them, they told them decided our money was too hard to come by. But that, very few people win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the odds are in their favor. That's one of their business.
Yeah, I don't understand if everybody wins down there, that House still gets 6%. I can't figure that out.
Well, there's no way that you can do it come out because you're paying a throw of a dice, for example, whatever game is involved is the payoff is 32 and your probability of winning is 1 in 36.
My probability is about 1 in 100 or 1,000. But it gets old pretty quick to walk through there. See those sad-eyed people, you know,
Yeah.
what surprised me the most was your rooms that come over.
Yeah.
And there is thousands and thousands of Chinese and Japanese and Koreans over there. Straight from China, man. San Francisco.
Oh yeah, San Francisco is loaded with Chinese, always has been just about.
That's a heavenly ski. It's America's largest ski resort is there. And there's 26,000 people a day go skiing there, heavenly. Of course, there's motels by the thousands, all around that lake, you know.
Yeah.
It's about 100 miles right around
I
that
wonder
lake.
where everybody's at.
I don't know, what are
I've
Dink?
been home 20 minutes ago.
What are Dink then home?
No, because Joyce is riding with him, I think. So, because Frida was staying up there for lunch.
Kathy's been up in Chicago for a week.
She's not coming down?
No, she had to work today. She's only got 3 days at the office, and the next 3 weeks she's gonna be gone 3 weeks.
Charles, airfare to Europe has gone from $449 to one recent quote of $800 to Europe for this summer. Dink's kind of getting,
Round trip?
yeah, from London to London.
That'll
But-
knock me out.
Well, I know that's not the final word on airfare. I can get airfare still around $550 for sure, but Dink's not going at 800, and Joyce is not either because
Well, the one I got, the one I checked was $168 to Belgium one way.
well, I know I started checking on those things, and I come to find out People's Express won't take a reservation until 90 days before they leave, and that $800 fare was People's Express. You can find, you're up there where you can call the airlines, so start,
I am.
because we're going to have to make a decision the 1st of June, first week of June.
It's gonna be rough on me. I'm gonna be hitting rock bottom. Frontier is, I guess, merged with People's. Because
Seems
they
like
had,
they bought them out or something.
they had the same fare. People's is out of Newark and Denver. Frontier's out of Denver. But they're the one that had that cheap fare. Heck, I found one to Lake Tahoe round trip was $633 for Delta. Just Lake Tahoe back, or Reno back. And
Is that what you paid?
oh shoot, no, that wasn't what I paid. I paid $178 round trip. Some of them are 300, and some of them are, well, there's a diversity in it. American is high and Delta's high. Yeah, I can't stand that. About $400 or $500 all I'm gonna be staying on that airfare.
Where y'all want Europe?
London. Then it depends on where Dink fills up to go. We'll probably stay around London most of the time. I'd like to go across the channel and visit D-Day landing there and say we've been in France, you know. But,
I thought we was flying over to Brussels and getting a van.
well, we talked about that, but the further it went, the more tiring it got to Dink. So he pointed out the fact that we started out going to London and we ended up going around the world. So
Well, I don't think that van driving down through every day would be too tiresome on me. It wouldn't be near as tiresome as going on short trips to London.
well, whenever the moment of truth comes, we'll decide at that point.
I haven't really talked Ray into going yet.
Well, I'd really rather go into Belgium and come back across there for particular Bink's sake, he'd never been over there, and you make one trip and that'll be it.
I don't see that World War II, World War One. Heck, it ain't, what, 35, 40 miles out of Brussels, you can hit those mountains and go back down through the Battle of the Bulls and down through there. See, we drove from Brussels straight to Paris down in the flatland country, turnpike. You couldn't see hardly anything. When we went over there. And I'm turned around. Boy, I don't know my directions over there. I guess England is West France, isn't it? I always had in my mind it was East France.
Well, landing on D-Day Beach, by the way, they landed going south. Kind of crooks around like that, and they come down that way. Come south out of England, a little bit east.
Ready until next time. I think
Probably Tuesday morning. Or Tuesday sometime, I'll probably get there about 1 or 2.
well, me and Reed was talking again last night, and if we get around to it, we need to go out and eat somewhere.
Yeah.
Y'all get back at 7.
I guess we'll be making a few more trips down here now than we intended to. Get on her mama and see how she's doing.
Yeah.
She'll stay in a nursing home very long. We're gonna have to get on Medicaid.
Clarence, do y'all have any knowledge of where Wayne's kids are?
They're close to Dallas there somewhere. That's all I know. You know, Ricky Ralph has found them, but he won't tell us where. And he said he didn't have the address with him right then, but he never calls us back, and every time we call him, ask him about it, well, he hadn't got the address with him.
How's he doing? What's he doing?
He's working some, I guess, organization that puts on these concerts and sets up the sound equipment and all that. That's the closest I can come to it from what he says.
He's somewhere around Dallas.
Yeah, he's there in Dallas. But as far as the kids, we haven't seen them.
Did she be married?
Supposedly, but we can't find any place where there's a marriage certificate or license was taken out. They told us 2 or 3 different things, and we called every one of them. Can't find it.
It's strange that she don't keep in contact with all this.
Yeah. Well, she thinks Ray Dean's the reason why she can't get her hands on that, what do you call it, Ken, whenever you, set up a fund for kids?
Trust.
Trust fund, yeah.
She wanted all that money in one lump.
Yeah.
Wayne would want to set that up.
Yeah, I know it.
That
And
was a smart move.
Sharon knows that, and Ray Jean, or Wayne wanted Ray Jean to handle it. She said no. She knew what would happen with Sharon, so she had it set up like that. And it's a good thing. The boy, he'd been hounding us to death.
She's spent it all.
Yeah, it's been gone. It's been gone.
I mean, because Wayne talked with me and Mike, he said, you know, it won't last 24 hours after I'm gone.
That's
And
right.
it wasn't. It was gone to some.
But see, he wanted us to be trustees of it, and I knew that wasn't worth either.
There's not all that much in it anyhow, is it?
No, I think 20,000 probably was.
Well, that'd make one good Saturday night
Yeah.
or 2.
Well, how's Steve? Don't Steve have cancer?
Yeah.
I hear somebody.
He got bone cancer.
Has he got it?
Yeah, he got it.
I mean, have they gotten rid of it?
Oh no. talked to, Tommy's, no, she talked to Steve here a while back himself and he told us that, there's only one more thing they can try. And if they don't do it, well, they don't know what to do. He's had, chemotherapy and radiation
Bone
and all
cancer.
that.
Lung cancer is bad news.
Yeah. They thought they had to stop there for a while, but evidently they don't. So,
Well, I didn't know until several weeks after Jean died and been buried. I didn't know she was dead.
I didn't either.
he did.
When did you find out?
Ain't maybe told me a long time after it happened.
Well, that's after the fact. I guess about a week after she died.
Did you knew about it? Or what?
Yeah, about a week after she died, before we found out.
Well, she sure did look bad last time I saw her.
Yeah.
She looked so bad, she just frightened me.
Let's see, last year? Yeah, last year. We took a trip to North Carolina and we went up to, saw Tom there at Memphis. And then we went up into Kentucky and saw her and spent a couple of days up there.
Good deal.
Yeah, Louisville, because we knew that'd be about the last time we'd see her. Because she was going downhill then.
That's funny when somebody didn't notify y'all last.
Well, old boy she was staying with didn't even notify the kids, I don't think, until after she's done dead. Well, see, that's what Jean wanted anyway, I believe.
Where did they bury her? Is she in Kentucky?
No, they didn't bury her, they cremated her. She didn't, she gave her body to science, and then they cremated her.
What was the matter with her? Basically just bad case of emphysema?
Well, it wasn't emphysema. They said her lungs just never did grow, or she could only take in so much air. But they said she didn't have emphysema.
She's called it non-specific or something or other.
Yeah.
Put it up there. I saw it. Let's see. I guess the last time I saw her, let me see. Did Roy die after Wayne or before Wayne?
Before, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, it was Roy Jr.'s funeral she came to. And then I saw her, last time I saw